Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We are just getting started. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. He's found a way through. Roberto Carlos. Good read, needed to be. Rijkaard. Totti! Roberto Baggio. That has been cut short. Totti. And it's Rijkaard. Can he finish? Marvellous goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Threads one in. It's a promising position, and that was nowhere near his best. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Gerrard. Roberto Baggio is wide and looking to get onto this. Oh, it's a great ball here. Hakimi. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Hazard. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Totti. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Gabriel promptly onto that, and that is that. Rijkaard. Otto kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And he's quick to snatch it back. Gerrard. Rivaldo with a definite foul there. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets.
Oakland Roots really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
And it's Totti. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's picked his way through. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Pings in across. Bebeto. Ambitious ball here. Oh, that's clever. Donnarumma attempts a clearance. McAllister. And it's Baggio. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Hazard. Hazard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Cannavaro. And it's Rivaldo.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Good play on the left-hand side here. Hazard in acres of space out wide.
Borussia Dortmund really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Looking for options for movement. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Ibrahimovic! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Gerrard. Rivaldo. He's a sharp little ball here, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And it's
There will
Totti.
be 1 minute added time.
Tries to pass it through. A header! And it's in! And this is getting better and better. And the referee has signalled for half-time.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Borussia Dortmund firmly in control at the break. 2-0 the scoreline. The second half is up and running. McAllister. Rivaldo. Over to the right flank. Referee's given a throw. Totti. Rivaldo gets into a good position. Gerrard, he's going for goal! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Oakland Roots are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Swings it across. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Shifted it to the flank.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
And that was asking for too much. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. And it's Rivaldo. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Borussia Dortmund with this 2-goal lead. They're certainly looking much the more assured side. That's a good ball out wide. Oh, what has happened here? McAllister proves just a little bit too strong. Azar, very much a man of this moment. Tries to play it through. McAllister. He'll try from distance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Cannavaro. Odo. Look at the space here. Totti, who needs just a moment to score a goal. Great ball, and he's in here. And they win it back again. Cannavaro, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Gerrard. And he thumps it clear. Roberto Carlos drives forward on the overlap. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Gerrard. McAllister. Can he get it through? A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Totti, that's destined for the flank. But that has not gone well. Into the last quarter of an hour. And it's Bale. Now that looks a decent ball. O'Shea looking to receive it in space. Can he latch on to this? Hakimi just loves to go forward whenever he can. Now it's Rivaldo. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Substitution in progress.
So we have further activity on the bench here. Forwards and with intent. Borussia Dortmund have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Roberto Baggio gives it back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Rivaldo. And he's in on... It's Baggio! And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Great vision, and he's worked it through, and he's picked it up out wide, and it's played in here, and that should get the job done. McAllister, Roberto Carlos does really well to win the ball there. Now, can they get him away? Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's fabulous. Rivaldo's delivery. This could be their final throw of the dice. Corner number 2 then. Rijkaard. And that is as far as it goes. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers.
And a quick announcement for the benefit of anybody who is down.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's down to business here. Well, there's one man here who stands head and shoulders above the rest in just about every aspect of the game. It is, of course, Jim, the great Paolo Maldini.
Yeah, I feel like bowing here because it's him. He's simply the greatest of them all, the inspiration for so many top-class defenders.
Pepe. He has found the way through, drives it in. Ibrahimovic is flagged offside. Thuram. This is a promising build-up. Messi. Can he finish? Big moment! Massive goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Everyone waited for the cross, but he had other ideas.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. So what can they come up with here? So he's plotting something before playing it in. That was travelling. He won't be happy with that one. Now, can they get him away? Can he get onto this? He's found the way through. And the shot! And yes, it's there! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Borussia Dortmund restore parity.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
And it's Messi. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Pops him off it and wins back the ball. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Roberto Carlos charging forward down that flank. Well, it's ended up in no man's land. They've won a corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Bale plays it short, flings, gets his head on it! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Borussia Dortmund do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
That's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. He's got away. Has crossed into the middle. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this. So, who's he going to be aiming for here? Messi. It's a searching pass. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Hakimi is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Roberto Carlos. Hazard picks it up out wide. Oh, important interception. Bullet. Oh, it's Dembele. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Messi. Dembele is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Now it's Hazard. Bellingham. Now he's got space here. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Brilliantly cut out. Messi does really well there. He is strong. Played back. Aims beyond the defence. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Hazard has created one goal already. Roberto Carlos. Turan is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And that's clear cut, it's a free kick.
Well, if he truly fancies his chances from here, he's going to need the best of the best.
Decent hit from there.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Hazard is wide and looking to get onto this. Succumbs to the pressure. And the shot! In he goes again. He's delivered all right! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
So, a temporary halt to the action. Borussia Dortmund have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal.
We're about to announce today's hockey
The
numbers.
midway point of the
Please watch
game.
the screen
Oh,
if
what
you
a
have
half,
ticket.
Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Borussia Dortmund are leading by 1 in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time.
Francesco Totti.
We're already back up and running after half-time. Now it's McAllister. Vieira goes sliding in. Borussia Dortmund come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Tries one from range! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Oh no, this does not look good. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Nice looking ball. It's a pretty loose pass. Just eases him off the ball. Oh, it's Dembele.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Messi! Oh, how good is he? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. What remarkable powers of recovery!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
So again, we have parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Roberto Carlos! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
Well, he certainly reacted quicker than anyone else, Peter. He just couldn't keep his composure in the end.
Played out towards the right wing. Roberto Carlos gets across and deals with it. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Shot could be... And Messi! He doesn't look too happy with that. Nicely weighted ball. McAllister, and he's managed to get free. Quick look, thought about cutting inside. This is their second corner of the game. Bale goes short. Played in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And now they can spring out of defence. Borussia Dortmund are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And that is expertly dealt. Chance! Oh, good finish! So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 9, Ibrahimovic. Number 11, Bale. Number
That is
17,
good alertness.
Hazard. Coming on the field, number
Ambitious
21,
ball here.
Johan Cruyff. Number 14.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't take out that killer ball.
He's cut it out. Messi. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Not the most accurate pass. Rijkaard. Lovely pass, but can he get there? The ball is loose and oh, he's been caught on it here. Tries a shot!
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And he's picked it up out wide. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. It's a promising position. He's shifting through the gears here. Roberto Carlos did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Messi. And this is Dembele. Borussia Dortmund needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Dembele. Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Pass somewhat off target. This looks promising. Cruyff can see things, others simply cannot. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Number 55, O'Shea. Coming on the field is number 23, Joelinton.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Gives it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
4 extra minutes added on. That'll be a throw. That has been cut short. Oh, easy pickings there. There's the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, what has happened here? Seedorf. I think they're done. They are done. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Borussia Dortmund.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
Threads one in. Bruno Fernandes charging forward, the ball at his feet. Oh no, this does not look good. That's going to go a long way. Rummenigge. He is Rummenigge! Ambitious, but just off target.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
That's a throw.
Yaya Toure will be key here, Peter. His versatility and drive makes him a nightmare for the opposition.
He was actually a much more conventional holding midfield player in his younger days, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's come on in leaps and bounds since then. In fact, he's at his best when partnered with a defensive midfielder like that, because it means he has license to just join the attack.
So he's benefited a lot from his new role.
Yeah, it's brought so much more out of him. He's a true all-round player now.
Oh, good steal, he just read it. And he was alert to it. Out towards the flank. A good play on the left-hand side here. Roberto Carlos stood his ground strongly. And they're back on the ball again. Space for him to turn and look. Skims one. Oh, shooting chance! No, not this time.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
He's in a great position here. Hazard. Totti, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. And it's Bruno Fernandes. That's beautifully weighted. Donnarumma gets it clear. Hazard. Totti.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
He's had it taken off him. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Tries to play it through. Oh, no joy this time. That's really well cleared. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
In comes the corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
That's a simple one for the keeper. Wales are looking to go forward now. Just eases him off the ball. Yaya Toure. And he's managed to get free. Now it's Totti. Now the cross. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Tries to pass it through.
Pretty robust defending.
Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. Oh, no messing about. It is red. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number
Pull it.
15.
Goes for goal!
Coming on the
No,
field.
just over.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Substitution.
Borussia Dortmund can, of course, make a change whenever they choose. Now the ball's gone astray. Can he get on the... Can he finish? Goal, Wales! And it's Wales who take the lead. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
40 minutes is number 13.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Wales have broken through. It's 1-0.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Decent chance! Oh, denied brilliantly.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 2 then. And that is expertly dealt with. Wales have the chance to go the other way.
3 minutes added time.
And that pass just didn't quite work.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Looking for the run. Cruyff. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Borussia Dortmund coming at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. The second half is up and running.
Borussia Dortmund really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And this is Hazard. It's Hazard! It's a goal! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few.
Well, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he has shown him a yellow card. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
Not the most accurate pass. And he's decided to go for it.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Some good work on the right flank here. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He's picked his way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And this is Messi. McAllister. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. And he's picked out the run. And he's definitely... Ibrahimovic!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Donnarumma can get it clear. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Borussia Dortmund perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Oh, that is a nice touch. And Yaya Toure! Time and again they are repelled. Now, who's going to be first to this? Another chance from a corner. Baresi. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic! Bullet. Not the most convincing of passes. And it's Hakimi. He is through here. Succumbs to the pressure.
Substitutions taking place.
Borussia Dortmund have their third corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. And the through ball.
He looked rushed, he should have waited for some movement.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. McAllister. He's a sharp little ball here. Aubameyang was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Cruyff.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Knocks it into space. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made...
Could be danger here. He's found a way through. Deftly away. That'll be a throw. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Borussia Dortmund get their fourth corner. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Wales have the chance to go the other way. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bullet, who is rarely short on confidence. He's got away. Bullet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Aubameyang.
There'll be 3 minutes added time.
Goes for a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
They're up to 5 corners now. Shapes to shoot! They want to be quick to recover this. Tries one from range! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Rijkaard clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Substitution in progress.
The corner count is rising. That's 6. Cruyff plays it short. And we're done. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer.
And we'd like to inform
Borussia
you now that the
Dortmund
latest travel
really did
information is
suffer for
currently
their
being
lack of
displayed on
numbers
the
here.
screen.
Well, to be perfectly honest, Peter, it was hard to see any other outcome. Ruthless opponents who were intent on exploiting their very obvious advantage.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Dortmund against Rangers.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And we're underway.
A proven leader, a proven winner, and a talisman for both club and country, Peter.
Gareth Bale is certainly all of those things.
You could almost say he's the perfect attacker, easily one of the fastest players around. And remember all that beautiful technical football that was done at speed, because he always had that pace in his game. And remember his aerial strength too. He was very, very good heading a football.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Bruno Fernandes! There it is!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So, a breakthrough already. And he's managed to gift it back. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Hazard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Good running, strong and purposeful. Hakimi. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Roberto Carlos. Hazard. He's onside. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Nicely weighted ball. Great ball, and he's in here. And the shot! And that's a sharp finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Rangers are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Look at this. And the finish! And it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
Rangers find a position of real strength now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Well, the ball's gone astray. Thiago. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Tries to pass it through. And a chance! It's a goal! They are purring, truly purring. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Rijkaard. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Roberto Carlos stood up well to him there. Lovely pass, but can he get there? It's Bale! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's kept it out. That's a great save.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Rangers with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. Not the most accurate pass. This looks promising. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Now it's Hazard. Bruno Fernandes. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Hazard. Oh, nice touch. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Opts for safety.
Two added minutes has been
Thiago
indicated.
charging forward, the ball at his feet. He is through here. Baresi. McAllister. Hakimi. He won't be happy with that one. He's a sharp little ball here. He's got away. Hazard! Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. Well, what a half they've had. Cruising to victory, and it's only half-time. Astonishing. So that's it for the first half,
I'd like to
and
draw your
everyone
attention
takes
to the
a
screen
well-earned
right now
rest.
for information on our shuttle bus service. Substitution in progress.
So we're underway for the second half. 45 minutes to change their fate. Mbappe is onto this. Now it's Mbappe. Shifted it to the flank. Hazard. And now the breakaway. And it's Roberto Carlos. Hazard. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Totti. Driving through the middle. Van Dijk. Bruno Fernandes. And he welcomes it in. He's shifting through the gears here. Gabriel did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And he's managed to get free. Thiago, the conductor, the central piece to his team's attack. Rangers are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape.
There's the shot! And again! Oh, good finish! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing. And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Hello attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. Would the father of a boy in a yellow t-shirt kindly make his way to the information center?
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game
everyone,
yet to
and
kick
welcome
off.
to Old
The excitement already palpable.
Manchester United against Borussia Dortmund.
Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. Things already rolling.
Well, a quick look at this lineup, and Pavel Nedved jumps higher than the rest.
He'll be involved in more or less everything they try to do going forward.
Yeah, he has all the ingredients to serve up something delicious, and we can feast our eyes on a truly great competitor.
Bale gets flagged offside. Now it's Luis Suarez, and it's been played through. Rijkaard, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Thuram demonstrating his defensive quality there. Oh, that's fabulous. And this ended up in no man's land.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Hakimi cuts it out.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, strongly challenged there. Now it's Luis Suarez. Can he get it through? Is that a chance? A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Pele can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Passing is crisp and sharp. Hazard. Shot a goal! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
Manchester United have fired themselves in front.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Hazard had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Well-timed, excellent interception. Roberto Carlos calmly anticipates. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Hazard. Well, that looks a good ball through.
Borussia Dortmund really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And smartly reclaimed. Totti always looking for that half a chance. Hakimi. Hakimi carries the ball down the right. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. He's cut it out. Roberto Carlos. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And this is Luis Suarez. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Manchester United are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Oh, important interception. McAllister. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. Can he get on the end of this? Maldini. Here's Nedved. And here's Hazard. Now it's Luis Suarez. Bellingham. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Borussia Dortmund certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Threads one in. Can he spark a counter here? Hazard making good progress. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's neat.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Suarez proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
I have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
Time.
That is good alertness. Roberto Carlos. And we've reached half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
And a quick announcement
Borussia
today that
Dortmund
memorabilia
currently
from
behind
today's match
by
is now
1 goal
on
to
sale
0
in
at the break.
Stadium Hall.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Borussia Dortmund.
He's having a pop! He has hit that forcefully.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Baresi kept his eye on it, and he's there. Hakimi. Now, can they get him away? Maldini. Now it's Nedved.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
That's a good ball. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked again.
It's Hazard! He's got a goal! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Oh, beautiful.